When talking about abortion, pro-choice people sometimes raise the argument that science and biology cannot tell us when human life begins, so we should all agree to disagree. On the surface, this may at first seem like a pretty fair and balanced compromise. But in reality, this defense of legal abortion violates the most fundamental principle of logic, called the Principle of Non-Contradiction. This principle dates all the way back 2,400 years ago to the ancient Greek philosophers and is taught in every elementary logic course. It stands as the foundation to every other rule of logic. The principle of non-contradiction holds that something cannot both be and not be in the same place at the same time in the same respect. It's logically impossible because the boundaries of being are mutually exclusive to the boundaries of not being. For example, when you are dead, you're not alive anymore because the properties of deadness exclude the properties of aliveness. You cannot be both alive and dead at the same time. Even if physicians disagree as to when death actually occurs, you cannot be both dead and alive at the same time, in the same place, in the same body. You can be almost dead, you could be barely alive, but you are dead or alive, not both. Here's another example. Imagine a line shaped like a square. It can't also be a circle in the same respect at the same place and time. You could use an eraser to turn it into a circle, but at that point you have a circle and not a square. You can flip back and forth quickly, but at each moment you've still got either a circle or a square. You can draw half a square and half a circle, but then it's something completely different. To be a square, it has to have 4 equal sides and 4 internal right angles. Now, can you hold a contradiction in your head if you want to? Well, sure, but you will be defying the rules of logic, and it will be impossible to even carry on a discussion with you because everything you say, the opposite will also be true at the same time, at the same place. And as Aristotle noted, you would reduce yourself to the status of a vegetable. We would be just like a carrot and a cucumber staring at each other. So what does all this have to do with abortion? Well, people who promote abortion sometimes say it's fine if you think that a fetus is a human being. Nobody's forcing you to have an abortion. But people who don't believe it's a human being should be able to get an abortion if they want one. That's just like saying, it's fine if you think that people of different races are human beings. Nobody's forcing you to ethnically cleanse them. But people who don't believe they're human beings should be able to ethnically cleanse their population if they want to. My point is that an embryo cannot be a human person if you want it to be, and not a human person if you don't want it to be. It either is or it isn't. And to claim that we'll never know the answer strikes me as being intellectually lazy at best.